Don't leave. We have stuff for you.
Oh yeah,
Hi everyone. Welcome to the demo jam.
Then we've got Karen with 7 points.
We're all playing the demo jam.
So there's something special for you. Yep.
Hey guys, this is Joshua Hoskins coming to you live from Salesforce World Tour. I'm going to turn it over to Jeff, but the buzz here is absolutely amazing. Look at all the people here. The energy is in London. Over to you, Jeff.
That is fantastic, Joshua. This is just like having a live reporter out there in the field for us. So, reporting in from London, that is Joshua Hoskins. My name is Jeff Grosse, and we want to welcome you to the App Demo Jam for May 2016. We are excited to have you guys here today. My friend there, Joshua Hoskins, he is from Talent Rover, and he's a Salesforce MVP, and he and I do this every month along with Salesforce, and we want to introduce to you guys a fun concept, which is the App Demo Jam. We are going to be recording this and putting it out on our YouTube channel within 24 hours. You can follow us along on Twitter with the hashtag AppDemoJam. You guys have the opportunity also to ask your questions in the chat window of GoToWebinar or on Twitter by using that hashtag AppDemoJam. Today we got exciting participants. We've got people coming from Fonteva, GreatVines, Kenandy, Mulesoft, and Salesforce IQ. Now, we are going to get ready to rumble. So, Joshua, do you have a quiet reporter's spot back there to tell us the rules for today's demo jam? He's almost there. So, as you see, these are our participants for this month's demo jam. Exciting to have them all with us today. You are going to be seeing 3 minutes of demo. It is going to happen quickly, but you know what? This is really what is great about this demo jam. It forces everyone to focus on what are the most amazing features of their application. No slides, no video, all live and giving you the best that their app has to offer. And with that, we're still looking to see, let's see, no slides, yep, exactly what we said there. We're going to have an audience question, which remember, you can use the App Demo Jam hashtag or use GoToWebinar and submit your question there. Are we ready to rumble? Joshua, are you there?
We are. I'm back.
Brilliant.
All right. Awesome. So let's jump into our first person. First person up is Fonteva. So Fonteva is a leading provider of vertical market cloud applications for membership, events, and e-commerce. It's really on the Salesforce platform, and it basically is a self-service way to deliver those services. Today, we're going to be demonstrating their Spark application, and joined with us is Mac. I'm sorry, Mac, are you out there?
Yes, Mac. Mac is here. Thank you very much. Is that Joshua? Thank you.
It is. You know what, Mac? I'm ready to see some Spark. Let's see what you got.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for that kind introduction, and for the folks there on the phone, I appreciate this opportunity to show you what Spark is all about. So, first and foremost, Spark is going to be different than any other application you see today in your demo jam in the sense that it was made for people, for experts, administrators, and developers on the Salesforce platform who are building applications and deploying them maybe to a large install base. So primary audience here would be Salesforce ISVs. Spark was created out of a need. Fonteva, as you heard Joshua says, we have applications for membership and events and various other modules serving the needs of nonprofit member-based organizations. And there's a lot of functionality going on in what we have to ship and market, and we had to be able, because of the diverse nature of our customers, we had to be able to maintain some layer of flexibility, all the while leveraging managed packages and those upgrades that we all know about. So Spark is the very first developer framework built on the Salesforce platform. It's a lot like what Spring is to Java. And just to get started with some high-level features, Spark has the capabilities as an ISV to ship a private marketplace right inside of your application. It also contains various extensions and configurations for logic and processing and services. It has a full Apex library for various utilities that may be helpful for application developers. But today, the demonstration will focus on our API services, because API services is really a sweet spot for Spark. Spark has the capability to connect to any external database using OAuth, simple user auth, or unauthenticated mechanisms, and we maintain all of those integrations inside of custom metadata types, which we may be familiar with. So today what I've done is I created a custom object in the Salesforce, in my Salesforce org, and I called it Beer List, because today what we're going to do is we're going to build some epic list of brews and breweries. So I created an API service to hook into a very popular public API called Beer Database, and I set it up here inside of Spark in our user interface, but you can also do this in Apex as well. I created a service connection using OAuth, and I bound it to my user, and here I've created a resource. Now you can see I've made this custom object called Beer. In fact, my app is over here on the right, and you can see this Beer app, and I have an object called Beer List. Inside of my object called Beer List, I have the ability to create a new beer list. I'm going to call it Demo Jam, and I'm actually going to search for any beers with the word jam inside of it. Now I'm going to show you the great reveal coming before the technology behind it, but you can see here that I'm actually getting results returned against my query. Inside of the API resource here for beers, this is how those mappings are managed. So I did all of this integration with 1 hour of setup, and I got it all done literally right before the demo, all with that random code.
Sorry about that, Mac. Out of time. But the one thing that I do love is you're just before you were just finishing up there is the fact that, one, you have the Lightning interface, very snazzy and sparky, might I add, and then the fact that you're showing here that the application is fully configurable in terms of it being very easy and intuitive to actually do your mappings. So sorry you ran out of time, but there's definitely do enjoy you guys actually being able to engage your members and offer a self-service platform with Spark. I think we have a question out there. Amanda, what are our questions?
Hello, everybody. Great to be here. My name is Amanda Nelson from the AppExchange team. The question is, can you use the Spark API tools for custom objects not contained in a managed package?
Yeah, you absolutely can. You can use Spark to connect to any custom object, whether it's in a managed package or not, in any environment you have Spark installed.
Great. Cool. Thanks a lot for your time, Mac, and definitely if you guys if you like this, please tell all your friends around about the product. One cool thing that we got to mention before we kicked off is the fact that for any one person who is sticks on to the demo jam has an opportunity to win $100 cash. That's right, cold hard cash in your pocket for staying to the end. At the very end, we will definitely the winner and announce that. So stay tuned. So without further ado, Jeff, are you out there?
Absolutely, Joshua. Thank you. And the other thing is, guys, remember that when you're watching these demos, you're going to be having a chance to vote at the end for which demo jam you think is going to be the winner. There's actually a trophy that Salesforce sends out for this and some bragging rights. So looking forward to the next one here. I'm going to introduce to you GreatVines. GreatVines has been a Salesforce OEM partner since 2009. That's quite a long time. And they help global beverage suppliers and distributors navigate the complexities of the multi-tier distribution system. These products include mobile field sales execution, trade promotion management, and pricing. Jim Thompson is a co-founder, chief evangelist at GreatVines. And you know what? This guy's also had a lot of experience in the AppExchange as well, because he's sold 2 other AppExchange apps, including Chargent before, which is a payment processing solution you guys have probably all heard of before. Without further ado, Jim, I want to turn it over to you for...
Great. Okay. Hi, everybody. Jim Thompson with GreatVines. Again, I'm going to be showing you today how our app is used by a beverage market manager. When all the alcoholic beverages must be distributed through a 3-tier system, with the exception of a few smaller producers that are selling direct. GreatVines actually gets all of your accounts automatically and your nightly sales through a third-party relationship. So we're giving our reps and managers valuable insights into their key sales drivers. as you'll see here on the home page. With this sales data, our users are able to create goals and objectives to maintain or increase brand distribution and visibility. They can even measure against chain and corporate sales agreements. We have a complete list of all of our customers' brands as well as their SKUs, and through an integration with Salesforce content as well as chatter files, we're able to present the content out of the system offline that's relevant to the brands that the sales rep is talking about. We're going to click through now off of this objective into this account. You can see here distributor users can even submit a sales order directly in GreatVines. Apologies, tapped the wrong button. They can even submit, sorry, my iPad turned on me. I'm getting all the challenges today. They can even submit sales orders that go directly into their ERP system. Our app syncs all of the data from Salesforce on a nightly basis, including custom fields. And so the app does work entirely offline. We have photo capture, surveys, and account visits. Everything's geotagged against the account so that we can verify that the rep is out in the field. We can look at our account history going back 90 days. And then one of my favorites, through an intuitive Visualforce interface, our managers and brand marketers are able to create multiple types of surveys that are used to measure brand standards. Survey questions are tied to targets and points. They can even be tied to incentive dollars. So when I complete an objective as a sales rep, I'm actually moving the needle forward and driving up my score. So you'll see here, I'm going to submit my survey, be able to look at my points. And now I can actually create objectives for questions that are off target as I go through this list. And I can see the number of points that I can earn by completing those objectives. Okay. Lastly, there's my 30-second warning. Lastly, I can do some in-depth analytics on my goal achievement, as well as I can measure my account sales volumes where I've performed sales activities. So I get my main KPIs here on my dashboard, but I can also look and see out of all of my accounts and their sales velocity, for the accounts where I'm actually obtaining by-the-glass wine placements or cocktail menus or maybe craft beer tap handles, I can actually see the effect that logging those activities has on the volume into those accounts over a rolling 12-month.
All right. Now, Jim, that was mighty impressive. Here's what I'm thinking is, as I look at this, you guys have got so much data that's available, and you're putting it in a way that's extremely easy to use. And when we think about usability and user experience, that is hard to do. You've got so much data in there that you're making in a easy to use fashion so that anybody who's out there in the field, it's made for iPad so that you can use that or any other tablet, I'm sure, by being able to drill into your data, reporting it quickly, not making anybody write this stuff down, go out to a laptop, find an internet connection, all those other things. I just think that's extremely brilliant to have that and to display it with such graphical representations. I like the green numbers that are good and the red numbers that are, well, nobody likes red numbers that are bad, but you know what I mean.
Yep.
So
more green than red, Jeff.
Exactly. So that is fantastic. Amanda, let me turn it over to you. Do we have a question from our audience?
Thanks, Jeff, and thank you, GreatVines. We have a question, and the question is, what is your sweet spot? So what type of customers are going to get the most value out of using GreatVines? And I think you definitely showed the beverage and specifically in-store, but are there other applications for other industries or other types of customers?
Well, in a broad sense, that's a good question. So in a broad sense, there are lots of ways that these types of companies go to market. Because of that three-tier system, many customers rely on their distributors to do what we call field sales execution and activity management. Our tool resonates very well with customers that take what we call a do-it-yourself or DIY approach, where the sales reps for the brand are actively in the market executing these key sales drivers, right? Because they can't take the order, only the distributor can. But they're able to come in and log their presentations, get their menus, do staff trainings, and that really drives what we call sustainable volume. And what's interesting is when you look outside of beverage, a lot of these core concepts are very applicable in other parts of the consumer goods industry. And so we have worked with food companies, we've worked with even non-alcohol beverage companies, because the concept of presenting products and doing some of that work on behalf of your distributor is pretty common
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for being here today. Good job on the demo jam. Now, I think we have a challenge ahead of us here because Kenandy is up next, and anybody who can do a 3-minute demo of an entire ERP, well, perhaps we're going to focus here, but I want to introduce you to Kenandy. Kenandy is an end-to-end cloud ERP that automates core business processes across procurement, order management, warehouse, inventory management, and financials. By allowing companies to map their ERPs to existing business process, Kenandy customers can focus on innovation and growth. Today with us, we've got Rohan Patel. He brings more than 14 years of experience in project management, business consulting, and solution architecting to his role as Director of Business Consulting at Kenandy. He's responsible for doing all kinds of sales demos, and we are looking forward to having a great demo from him today. So, Rohan, you out there?
I sure am.
Let's do it.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to Blazing Fast MRP by Kenandy. MRP, for those of you who don't know, is Material Replenishment Planning. It will automate what you need to buy and make for everything you are going to sell. Hey, it replenishes. All right, let's start here with an opportunity. This is an opportunity in Salesforce. I've actually automatically created a sales order related to this opportunity in Kenandy. Let's take a look at it. And there's, of course, other ways to create sales orders in Kenandy. That could be VDI and 50. Maybe you got e-commerce portals. Maybe you just want to manually create this. We've also loaded up here an order forecast. Again, this can get created from your Salesforce opportunities fairly automatically. We can also have a data load or just manually create it. All right, it's time for the star of the show, and that is Blazing Fast MRP. Here's the MRP page. I'm going to fire it off in real time, and off it goes. Here's an MRP-based component shortage report. You see there's no data here, but let's take a look. Give it a refresh, and there you go. In no time at all, the system is giving you good information on when to replenish based on sales order demand, work order demand, maybe it's order forecast, safety stock, what the quantities are, and so forth. But what do we do with that data? Well, let's take a look at what the system is saying for planned purchase orders. I can just select that, one click, create all those POs. There you go. We can replenish stuff. And we also need to make stuff. So maybe I take a look at these Kenandy planned work orders and one-click creation for all the work orders for my finished goods inventory. But wait, there's more. This is Blazing Fast MRP. Let's take a refresh of the MRP screen. We're going to do something just a little different. Let's take away the purchase orders as supply and the order forecast as demand, and fire away Blazing Fast MRP. All right, is it blazing fast? Is it? Oh, it is. And there you can see I've got different results right there. And what's so great, folks, is I can compare one MRP run to another. That's great from a simulation and what-if scenarios planning use case. And I can get this data, and the planners can make their decisions. Well, they say 3 times a charm, so I'm going to give it one final run just to show you how blazing fast we can do MRP in Salesforce's cloud. I'm going to give it a 14-day time fence right there, so the order forecast only is going to kick in after 14 days. Fire it off, and here comes the test. How fast can it run on Salesforce's cloud? And there you go. We've got the new results in place, and I've got all my comparisons I need to do as a planner. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's blazing fast planning for all your order replenishment needs. Thank you.
Wow. That was not expected, Rohan. I did not expect you to get through that so fast. And the fact that you did all of these as live demos of all of this data being created from each of the individual previous records and then immediately reporting out on it, that is pretty cool. I can't wait to see what kind of a demo you could do given an hour, because that's pretty impressive. You know, one of the things I think about when I see a product like this is how important it is to tie your business data from one system to the other. You know, integrations are always hard to do. I work for a consulting company, and we do integrations all the time. They're not always easy, and when you have data that's on the same platform and that's integrated CRM and ERP together right here, pre-configured integration, that is amazing. And not only does it make it fast, but it makes you can make actionable decisions right directly within Salesforce. So that's very cool. Nice job on that. I'm going to turn it over to Amanda. Do we have a question from our audience?
We sure do, Jeff. And you started to answer the question a little bit, actually, Jeff, but I'm sure that Rohan could expand on it. What are some of the advantages of being able to run an MRP at your quote-unquote blazing fast speed?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So, MRP is an extremely complex algorithm, and, traditional systems will take many hours, if not an overnight job to do it. And so, one, we're able to truly leverage the power of the cloud, Salesforce's cloud, best in class, and run this. And where that changes things for folks is visibility at the sales level for things like available to promise. You can't have orders come in your system and not know whether the necessary replenishment is in place. You can't promise to your customers when stuff's going to arrive. But if you've got a tool that can run in near real time as fast as this, it's the first of its kind, I think, for MRP, I think it changes the visibility, across the supply chain dramatically.
Very cool. Well, good job, Rohan. Thank you for doing that for us today. Joshua, I'm going to turn it over to you for our next guest.
Sure. Thanks a lot, Jeff. Next up, we have Mulesoft. Mulesoft is an integration platform for connecting any application, data source, or API, whether it's in the cloud or on-premise. Today, we're joined by Anton. Anton joined Mulesoft in 2014 and has been a real maverick on the product team. He's credited with the development of many connectors and templates located on Anypoint AppExchange. Anton enjoys building companies and their products, learning new things, and solving real problems. Anton, are you out there?
Yep. Can you guys hear me and see my screen?
We can. Show us some sexy Mulesoft.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks for the introduction. So since we have 3 minutes for a demo, let's dive into it. So what do you guys see here at the screen? You have two Salesforce instances. One has around 20 leads that I'm going to export from Salesforce Org A, and I'm going to import that data into the Salesforce Org B. And that's exactly what data loader is made for. So in order to do that, I'm going to create a new task that will export those leads. First, I'm going to search for the object, which is in my case a lead. I'm going to click on Next, and I'm going to select the fields that I'm going to export for that particular object. In my case, it would be the company, first name, last name. I'll select a title, and as long as I'm configuring all those fields automatically, they are automatically generating the SQL query that I'm able to go ahead and modify to better fit my needs. And also, I can set the filtration criteria and order those fields, if I need to. I forgot to select the email address. That's one of the fields which is required by Salesforce to upload the leads. So I'm going to click on Next. And here I see the summary of my export, which has 20 of the records that I'm going to export. The entire process takes a couple of seconds. As you can see here, it's loading. I got 20 of the successes. If I click on this link, I'm going to get a CSV file with the export of those leads. And as you can see here, I have all those leads exported in a nice CSV format. So right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to import those leads into the Salesforce Org B. And in this case, I'm going to modify the Salesforce instance I'm talking to, which is in my case, Salesforce Org B. I'm going to search for the object, which is lead in my case. I'm going to upload the CSV file with that data, which is this one that I just got. And as you can see, data loader already did all the mapping itself. I can go ahead and modify the mapping if I need to, but in this case, for the sake of this demo, I'll leave it as is and click on Next. I'll click on Save and Run. I'll confirm. And just in a couple of seconds, I see that I got all that data loaded into Salesforce. And if I go ahead and refresh the screen, we see that all leads submitted over to the Salesforce Org B, and I'm done.
Wow, just in time. Cool. Integration is really always something that anyone in the community can come across with. Just here at Salesforce Tour today, I've been approached by a couple people saying, I need my data over here, and I need to get it over here. What's the best tool? And of course, there are a lot of tools out here. And one thing that I like about Mulesoft is it's all within inside the Force.com platform. So I like the fact that you said, here's where I'm starting from, here's how I'm going. You did all of those actions declarative through the Salesforce interface without having to go into another tool or another website to get things working. So for anyone out there who has integrations needs, this is definitely a tool of choice to check out.
Exactly.
Now, I'm now going to pass it over to Amanda for a question.
Thank you, Joshua. All right, a question just came in. Can I schedule an upsert from an FTP site to happen on a regular basis?
Absolutely. FTP is one of the connections that we support out of the box. We support Dropbox, Box, FTP, and SFTP. You can schedule those upserts, imports of data on the daily, monthly, weekly basis, whatever better fits your needs. And as long as that data in the CSV format, data loader will do everything for you.
That's great. Thank you so much for answering that question. All right, next up, we're going to turn over to Jeff.
All right, thank you, Joshua. So our final panelist today for the Demo Jam May 2016 is Salesforce IQ. Salesforce IQ Inbox is a set of smart email apps from Salesforce that Salesforce IQ helps your reps sell smarter from where they already are working, which is email. We know that this is something everybody's doing on mobile, and it connects your CRM and email, giving you easily accessible customer insights on every email. It prioritizes your inbox with intelligence so that you never miss an opportunity. It also reduces the manual data entry so that you can close deals faster with fewer clicks. This works on mobile, it works on desktop. And today we are joined by Adita Robinson. She was formerly with Relate IQ, which is now called Salesforce IQ before the Salesforce acquisition of it. It is available on the AppExchange, and you know what? Adita is going to be talking to us today from her role as product marketing, and she's going to talk about the capabilities that we can get out of Salesforce IQ Inbox. So Adita, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Great. Can everyone hear me okay?
We do.
Thanks so much for that intro. So Salesforce IQ Inbox is a set of smart applications. So I'm playing the role of an account executive right now, and I'm just on my morning commute getting to the office. And before actually getting to the office, I like to get a head start by scrolling through my email and doing as much as I can just from my cell phone. So here you can see that Salesforce IQ Inbox is a full inbox application, so it's meant to replace another email app that you may have on your phone. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this email from Chad King, and it looks like he may be interested in learning more about IQ Tempo, the product I'm selling. The first thing I like to do is actually click on his name and view his contact profile from the app. Salesforce IQ intelligently gathers all of this information about my contacts so I can get a better sense of who I'm speaking to. By clicking the back arrow, the next thing I like to do is see what Salesforce records currently exist for Chad. So if I click on the blue cloud icon in the top right, you can see there's currently an opportunity open with his company, and he is a contact in Sales Cloud. What I'm going to do is go ahead and create a new opportunity directly from my email inbox on my phone. So I'll click on the cloud icon once more, select opportunity, and enter in some of these details, including amount, the close date. I'll go ahead and expect it to close in just a couple days because I'm that good. And then I'll go ahead and hit the checkbox. And right there, Salesforce IQ Inbox will create an opportunity for me just while I'm on the train on my way to work. I'll go ahead and reply to this email now to kick things off. And there are a set of productivity tools within the app that I can use to help me sell smarter. So I'll hit the plus icon here, and I can access all of the templates that I have in Salesforce and just drop in a template here so I can be sure that the email I send back to Chad has the content that I need. The next thing I'm going to do, is go ahead and click on Insert Availability. So I want to get a meeting scheduled with Chad as quickly as possible. Salesforce IQ accesses my calendar, so I can just click on the times that I'd like to make available to Chad, hit the checkbox one more time, and those times will all get dropped into the content of this email. When Chad gets this email, he'll be able to select the time he'd like to set up a meeting for, and a meeting will automatically show up on his calendar and mine. The really nice thing is Salesforce IQ is smart enough to know not to double book me. So if I get booked over this 12:15 time slot, before Chad gets the chance to open up this email, Chad will no longer see that time as available, so it dynamically updates. And last but not least, I'll go ahead and shoot this email off, and I'm prompted to log this email to Salesforce. So I can do this all on my phone before I even get to the office and select the opportunity I'd like to log this to. Now, one last thing, once I get to the office, I do have access to Salesforce IQ Inbox from my desktop as well. So I can open up my email inbox and it lives within this phone.
Oh man, you were so close, and you were pulling it down to the wire there, and I thought you were done, and then here comes another feature, and then here comes another feature. Well, you did a great job, Adita, and here's your personal story around this. We all look for something to make us more productive in the downtime that we have, whether it's a commute or other things, because we have our phone with us at other times that we can get work done. But if it's not connected to CRM, it's really problematic. And we've all tried other inbox apps out there that are not nearly as intelligent. And the whole IQ part of this is amazing, because now you got Salesforce built right into it, and being able to take action, creating an opportunity on the fly there, having it come up with the numeric keypad to be able to put in your amounts and things like that, rather than having to screw around with a keyboard that isn't adjusted right for it. I mean, all of those things come together for some pretty brilliant information. I think others are going to probably want to go out and check out the desktop app as well, since we didn't quite get to that. But good job with that demo. And Amanda, let's hear the audience question you got.
Thank you. We want to know, does it work with Outlook?
It does work with Outlook. So we actually just released an Outlook add-in. Right now, the Outlook add-in is available for Outlook web access. And then the desktop, it'll be available on desktop very, very shortly. We're prioritizing that first thing, but it is available on Outlook.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much to all of our 5 panelists today. It is the time of the show to turn it over to Amanda to put our voting options out there. What we want you to do is take a look at all of the demos that you've seen and pick which one you think should be winning the Demo Jam for May 2016. This is your chance to give kudos to those that you really liked. The other thing I would ask is everybody else that's out there, check out their apps. Look at what they've done. These guys did some pretty good demos within 3 minutes, but imagine if you spent some more time with them and learned more. You would be amazed by the other features they have. So while the voting comes in, Joshua, let's talk a little bit about some things that have been going on. Obviously, you are the man on the street there in London at the World Tour today. Tell us a little bit more about what's been going on recently.
Yeah, so thanks, Jeff. The tour in London is really something special. I mean, I've lived in London for about 2 years before I just moved to Dublin, and it's just so great of a community to actually come back. And the story that I had today is I've been in Dublin traveling around, and I've been working with one of the folks at Salesforce and out of the West at HQ, just talking about the community, how to get involved. And like the first person who I saw is one of the individuals that we've been actually talking about, and how to do like a community outreach program to get people that don't know about Salesforce involved in Salesforce. And so, after the journey to get to the Excel Center in the middle of London, just to run into that one specific individual and start talking about different ways to engage more people into the community was pretty fantastic. But more into that story, I mean, the community around here is, you've got the Phil Walton, you've got the Francis, you've just got all of this cool people to sort of hang out with and catch up. Not to explain, the actual expo that goes on as well. So the expo was clearly packed, the keynote was packed, and there's so many sort of, relationships to build here as well. So I got to see some of the Salesforce IQ stuff earlier. It looks super cool. And the dev zone, and also the people that are presenting are just fantastic. So I couldn't say more good things about the Salesforce World Tour. So if you have a tour that's in your area, definitely don't be afraid to check it out. It's a lot of good learnings.
Absolutely. You know, there's one coming up next week in New York City. That is one of the next ones coming up. I'm sure there's probably actually a couple going on next week, but I attend as many of those as I can because they are exciting to see what's new and what's coming from Salesforce, as well as just getting a chance to connect with that community, being able to see what's new on Trailhead, what's been able to, what you can learn about out there, which, by the way, a little quick drop the tip here is there is a new trail out there for Service Cloud. I'm a big Service Cloud fan, and if you didn't figure that out from everything else that I say each day, big Service Cloud fan, and there's some great stuff out there in regards to that. So new trails, new modules, so you can learn more about Service Cloud, and you can learn a ton about those every time you go to a world tour. And you know what the other thing is? The other thing I'm hearing so much about at the world tours is Field Service Lightning. This is a new product from Salesforce that is enabling field service companies and technicians to be able to utilize Salesforce out in the field, and it is amazing. I mean, I don't have time to go into some of the details about what it can do, but you know what? It is a fantastic, brilliant application. You need to go check it out. So, without further ado, I think we are getting to our time for the announcement of our winner. So before that, the winner of the App Demo Jam May 2016, Mulesoft. And I had some clapping, but I don't have it right here. Congratulations. There you go. We got the real thing going on here. No sound effects for us. So congratulations to Mulesoft on that. Thank you to all of our participants for the great demos that you guys did today. The other thing I want to announce is we have a winner for our $100 attendee winner. That is Christopher Bickford. You will be contacted by Salesforce and how you can claim that. We want to thank you, everybody, for sticking around. But before you go, I want to turn it over to Amanda for a couple quick announcements.
Thank you, guys. This session was recorded, so we will be sharing it on our YouTube channel. Within 24 hours, you can access it at appdemojam.com. And make sure to join us same time, same place, registered once, you don't have to register again, for our next Demo Jam on June 16, which is also during our Sales Machine Summit. If you are in sales or have customers in sales, definitely join us at salesmachinesummit.com. Dreamforce is coming up quickly. Registration is open, so make sure to book your hotels, get yourself ready to go, and we're hoping to do some Demo Jams live at Dreamforce as well, so stay tuned on that. And we just want to thank you for being a part of this, and congratulations to all of the partners for participating today, and especially Mulesoft. So that's all I've got, guys.
Thank you very much. We'll see you guys back here next week, next week. Well, maybe not next week, but next month definitely. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Cheers.